Father, I am Brother John in the building. And I want to let you know, ladies and gentlemen, I got somebody in the studio that's been, killing it. You know what I'm saying? She is on a lot of people's mind because a lot of folks grew up watching her on TV doing her thing, and now she's doing all kind of other stuff from parlaying, from being out in Hollywood, but straight out of Memphis. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Elise Neal in the building with Brother John. Miss Neal, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing, John?
Man, I'm excited because I'm gonna be real with you. I'm excited.
Okay, keep it a buck.
Because to get you to meet the folks from the National Civil Rights Museum.
Man,
because
what?
we don't know what that can parlay into.
It's gonna be something
And
good.
I was like, okay, if I keep the interview going a little longer, maybe they'll cross paths, because I didn't want it to be, oh, look, I want you to meet these people. It happened organically. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm hyped. But I'm also hyped because you here. And the last time I saw you, I think we was down at the Weekend Bar or Grill or something.
Yeah,
you had your master class.
Yes,
and
absolutely.
I was like, yo, that was dope. So now what's been up? You've been rolling, and I know stuff in Hollywood has changed, but what you been up to?
Well, definitely things in Hollywood have been changed. Before we even dive into that, I'm always just happy to be asked to do 5,000 things still. I'm always
5,000.
happy to the calls keep coming.
Mhm.
I think one of the things I learned a long time ago was, how people appreciated how diverse I could be, from making people laugh to
Right.
making people cry
Right.
to think pieces or
Mhm.
whatever I was involved in. People seem to really resonate with that, and I'm very happy about that.
Wow. So 2023, the Hollywood game, the movies, different things jumping off, streaming, blowing up. Could you imagine when you was back on network television that a day would be like this, where now you got people running to platforms instead of, hey, 8 o'clock, 7 on channel 7, we watching this?
Man, but no.
Okay.
First of all, no, absolutely not.
All right.
But what's crazy is this:
Mhm.
even the fact that there are so many other ways, which is positive, to
Positive.
get put on.
Mhm.
You can do your own YouTube channel if you sing, or if you cook, or if you
Dance.
or you write music, or you're a producer, or whatever. You can create your homegrown project in your house, in your living room, and bring your friends in. These are the positive things that I think are amazing to see, because you don't have to wait on the studios as much. You really can be the voice, the director, the producer of your own journey, if you just believe in it and hold up that phone.
Wow.
You really can, we've seen it with Issa Rae. We've seen it with other people. We've seen it with even Justin Bieber having a YouTube channel and Usher seeing it. So I always encourage people to just don't wait for anybody, especially now. Don't wait for anybody. You can, if you know what you are good at, and people have told you, and you have a tried and true track record of excellence, that's all you need.
That's all you need.
And the belief in yourself.
And how is that now? Because I'm sure with the up and coming actresses and actors, do people reach out like, yo, can you give me the knowledge? Can you kick some gems to me? Or is it a respect thing? Like people coming to sit before you, sit at your knee to be like, can you tell me how it was? Do you get some of that sometimes?
I do get a lot of that. I mean, but I embrace it. People ask me for guidance all the time. I embrace it, because me coming up, and it's I knew nothing. Okay. I knew absolutely nothing about this business. I knew absolutely nothing on what it was going to take to stay in the business. So if somebody's looking to me to help me, I'm like, girl, okay, because I didn't know how to help myself growing up.
Wow.
So I try to be a voice if they want it, but sometimes younger people are hard headed.
Yes. Yes.
So they may not want the advice, so then I pull back. But if somebody comes to me and really looking for guidance, then I'm there to help. Absolutely.
And when you came in the game, was it somebody that you had to go to, or did you look up to some people, or you had to get it straight out of the mud, as they say?
Straight out of the mud, but I loved Debbie Allen. I've been a long-term Debbie Allen fan. So how my journey was this: like, back in the day they used to have Shirley Temple that come on, and like
Right.
on Sundays or whatever it would come on. And I saw this is me at like 5 years old or 6
You
years
remember
old.
that. You
And I
remember that.
remember that because I loved it. And I was like, I want to learn what she's doing because she looks happy. I want to learn how to tap dance. I want to figure that out. And so my mom enrolled me in dance class at 6 years old.
Wow.
And I've been dancing, singing, and doing all that since 6. Shout out to anybody and everybody over at Overton High School, my alma mater, who really embraced my talent. And I ended up with a full scholarship out of high school. Full scholarship out of high. I mean, I was good.
Don't get it twisted now.
I was really good. But yeah, and back to Overton, I was the queen of the school. I was a head cheerleader at Overton High School back in the day in my years. And I just took full advantage of what the school was able to do. But yeah, that full scholarship afforded me to go to Philadelphia for college. Wow. And, start my journey. And again, you're talking about 80s, right?
Right.
Who didn't watch Fame?
Come on, everybody and their mama, grandmama, the whole house was watching
Fame.
Right.
So I was a huge Debbie Allen fan. So if anybody was an immediate inspiration, it was her.
Wow.
And full circle moment was when she, of course, now directs everything, and she's amazing. She was a director on All of Us for a few episodes, and I just was able to get over to her and just say, man, you have no idea what an influence you've been able to be in my life.
And then how did she take that?
Oh my gosh, she loved it. I just surprised her with flowers.
Wow.
When I knew she was getting ready to come on for a while, I just surprised her with flowers. I'm like, because you have no idea. Like, seeing what she was able to accomplish and be on Broadway at her age, and being a Black woman at her age and doing all this stuff, I was like, I'm going to try for that. I don't know if I'll get there, but she's amazing. She is. Yeah.
I mean, that's, and the reason I want to say that, because young people that's listening, I just told her, it was a group of young men in here yesterday, and they were saying one wanted to be a entrepreneur and have his own detailing shop, and one wanted to have a barbershop. I said, get with those who doing that.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Don't just sit back and watch. Ask them. Go up to them. Ask them, yo, how did you get on? Or, what's some of the steps I need? I don't think that's, encroaching, but just like, yo, I'm going to call this person, ask for this person, he going to help.
Exactly.
We need more of that.
I think people are afraid to ask.
That's it.
I think it's more so afraid than being, well, some people are too arrogant. But honestly, I think it's just more afraid to ask or ask for help. I don't know that. I don't know about that.
You don't know about that?
No, because when I was in Philadelphia, who, by the way, ain't never been to Philadelphia before.
Straight out of Memphis.
So what
now.
I gotta do,
let's get it right.
I gotta ask. I gotta find out, where are you guys doing things? And then they would say, like, I'd be like, what's going on? Or what do you guys hang out? And they'd be like, at least we go here. Okay. At least we go to New York and audition sometimes. Okay. And we're going to take the cheap train because, we only got $5. Okay. And I would just go to places, learn things along the way. But if you don't ask questions, or you're too afraid, or you don't, you just got to be bold. Be bold about it. Be bold about your life.
You never know what may happen.
You never know what would happen. And if I was not that way, and I was talking to somebody about this just recently, I think especially when I was younger, I was so focused on the dream that I saw that nothing scared me. Nothing scared me. Wow. Brother, it is the 80s, late 80s, early 90s. I'm walking around Manhattan.
Come on.
When they hadn't cleaned it up yet. We're talking there's XXX everywhere at that time. Yeah, and I'm walking around with my little bag, getting ready to go to a dance class, just as stupid as she could be. But nothing ever happened. Maybe I just, people just saw I was just out there having a good time or having dreams that I wanted to achieve. So
wow. So let's move forward. Knock on wood. So now they saying that the Black Hamptons, on BT is like the most watched in a particular city in America, and it's another circle moment where you coming back home and you finding out this information that Memphis is like the most watched city for the show.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. I think, first of all, shout out to Trey and everybody at Tridestined for creating such an amazing representation of Black people and Black wealth that the Black Hamptons actually portrays. It's an honor and so much fun to play her because she's crazy. She's crazy in a fun way, but she supports her family, her man especially, and you can't play with her. So I love that.
Now, did you have to, like, when you get scripts like this, do you compare to your past scripts, or you just like, that was the past, it's something new, I got to pivot in another direction?
That's the past. I mean, as an actor, a trained actress, it's like, what's the objective with this character, And shout out to Lamont Rucker on that show that I've worked with him so many times. It's so easy to work with him. So yeah, we have a good time.
That's a good brother. He for the community too.
I know. He lets me know when he's here.
Yeah. He came here and shut it down.
I also let him know, like, yeah, let me know when you come into Memphis. You can't just pop into my city and pop out.
Right. He got to check in, as they say out west. You got to check in when you can't just fall up in the city like that.
Yeah. No. So I mean, I just think it's great. I mean, people are definitely on my butt. I'll just say butt. Because it was only the 4 episodes, but the show was supposed to be just 4 episodes, but it got such attention. Even with the 4 episodes, we were nominated for an NAACP award for Best Limited Series, which shows the impact of the show.
Right.
And we just recently shot some more episodes. We don't know when they're going to air yet, but yeah. So I'm proud of it.
Congratulations.
Sydney's fun to play because she doesn't take any slack. And I love going toe to toe with Vanessa Bell Calloway, who I've known forever. So we have fun. We yell at each other on the show and then laugh right after because it's like we know each other.
Right, but that's it. It's like when you're acting and doing all of that, it's like y'all get a serious scene, and then when they say cut, it's like, yo, what we going to eat out? It's like, that just seemed like y'all can get in and out.
Yes, that's the best experience on a set. Wow. Absolutely. Yeah.
So now that's TV. Now what about film? What's up with this new film? They saying you stepping out of the actress role and going into executive producing, Survivals. What's up?
This is my put my toe out moment. With the film called Survival. It's definitely dark. Definitely gritty and dark. So kids, you cannot watch this one. But when the opportunity, and Lee Daniels Butler, who's a very well-known casting director, called me up and asked me to play this part, and I love her and she was in charge of all the great people you saw on Empire and All American now. Like, she's a great cast person. So and I did want to play something different and dark.
Okay.
I like to mix it up. I like to surprise people with different things. This project was interesting though, because it's hard to play something as deep as some of this stuff. I'm trying not to give anything away.
Yeah, don't give it away.
Yeah, it was hard to go through some of the things that character had to go through.
Had you ever been through something like that before?
No.
So this is like your first time?
But what's weird is when someone else beside you is playing their role so well, and they're the person that's over the experiences that you have to go through. Right. So you're really kind of locked in with that. It took me a minute after that.
But that shows also that, you always willing to learn. Like, you're not just like, well, not, check my resume. Y'all know what I do. Y'all know what I did. Absolutely. It's like, no, hold up, wait a minute. Y'all making me step up. I got to level up.
Yeah, and what Denzel says, actors that really love the craft, that's what we want. We want to do different things. We want to surprise ourselves. We want to surprise our audience. And we don't want to just do one layer when we have 15 layers in us.
Right. And it's like I see our counterparts, they be 70, 80 years old, still acting, still in movies. Yeah. So I'm like, we can do the same thing.
And we can and we will.
And we will. We are.
Exactly. And we are. But also what was great is I was a co-EP, executive producer on that project. And, I really wanted to step behind the scenes more and develop shows and develop more. So that was like my first one. And that's also one of the reasons why I'm here in Memphis is I'm using this time where Hollywood has shut down to really come to the city that I still love. I don't care what anybody thinks.
Come on, say that.
And come and create projects, create
Yes, ma'am.
opportunities for some other young people like myself who had all the talent in the world and maybe didn't know what to do with it, didn't know where to go to own in on that talent. So the journey is just beginning, but I will be here doing all of those things very, very soon.
Shout out to Overton. Overton
Yes,
in the
Lord.
building.
Amen.
Overton in the building. So now I gotta this is not gossip,
Okay.
but this is what I heard you say on Twitter or X, my bad. It was a few weeks ago. I'm watching. I said, hold up. That's the home team. What she look a little upset. Let me unmute. So I unmuted and you was like, came home. Something happened with my luggage gone. And I was like, no, I was slick heated because I'm like, come on, y'all. I know y'all seen the name tag. Like, y'all know who it is. So how was that? Like, any updates, because I'm like, yo, we got to shake the city to find out where the luggage at. What's up with that?
Oh, okay. So I'm so conflicted because, again, I love Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
I came home and had a big bag, and that bag got stolen.
No.
At the airport, and I was just like, oh my God, not me, not the hometown,
not the whole town,
making us look like they always want us to look like to me. So that's where my confliction lies, because it's at a place now I don't want to talk about it on camera, but yeah, so it really hurt my heart. I'm not gonna lie, because I was like, see, I try my best to not focus on the bad of our city, and even bring a highlight to the bad of this city. Okay. Because people will do that on their own enough. Okay. And there's so much positive in the city, and amazing people in Theater Memphis, and Larinette Williams with the Black Memphis Arts Alliance, Kamel Fryer, who we just talked about with Theater Memphis. It's so many positives, and I wish they would take a little bit more time on the positive. Come on. Every city has its negative.
Come on, that's right.
So,
Facts.
I just was sad because I was like, not me, kids.
Come on, y'all, not us. Not us.
But they're working with me to figure it all out. That's all I'll say.
Okay. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. But you speaking on Hollywood, and I'm gonna make sure we take care of the meat of the conversation. But when how you just said with Hollywood being shut down, I remember when the NBA was talking about shutting down and doing change and going to Florida to play games, and it was like it was different, and it was like the COVID had hit America and shut a lot of stuff down. Yeah. But when you say Hollywood shut down, I'm thinking of not just the actors and actresses, but all the other people, the camera, the grips, the folks, the people that put the wardrobe together. Exactly. I think this is really affecting a lot of people. The media may not be covering it like that, but it's like, this is a serious time. And when Miss Kamel was here, she kind of touched on it and she kind of went in, but it was like hearing it from you, who that's where you from. And to see, it's like no work taking place out there.
So yes and no. Okay. So okay, so the strike.
And I want you to be clear. Disclaimer. I want to. If there's something I can't say, I don't want to.
Because I mean, SAG-AFTRA, who's the union, and everybody, if you have an Instagram, go to SAG-AFTRA's Instagram page, and they will update people daily on why or what's happening now. But it was necessary because, listen, everybody deserves their residuals. Okay. And residuals are, you've done one show. And then it gets sold on another platform. So it's being shown all the time. So then that means your work, you need to be paid for every time that it is seen.
Every time that it's
seen, I get a residual because I am in SAG-AFTRA union. Okay. That is the way it's supposed to be. Okay. You just brought it up. We just had COVID, which brought us so much more streaming services and more opportunities to stream things. But I can even take it to Game of Thrones. Okay, yes. Which was an HBO show that everybody loved.
Everybody.
And got tons of nominations. Again, that's considered like cable.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Considered cable. But my point is that show, and even if it's on Max now, because that's their like
They
internet.
used to be enemies, HBO and
Right.
Cinemax. They was
Well,
at
no,
war.
it's called Max.
Oh,
HBO Max is
Max.
their
Subsidiary?
subsidiary for streaming.
Okay.
You deserve the same residual because it's a streamer, and that's one of the
Ah.
bigger fights, because streaming became so big, and again, it was new to everybody.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that y'all wasn't sitting at home, meaning executives,
Uh-oh.
sitting at home watching all of those programmings during the strike that we were all watching because we had no other means of entertainment.
That's
but
right.
the problem is they don't want to change that amount of money that actors get for those residual payments. You know, I know a lot of people who were posting their $1 checks.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I thought that was like, yo, is that Photoshop?
No, it's real. I mean, I get them as well, but again, I try not to talk just about me,
right?
Because as you already know, I've done HBO,
Come
I've
on.
done ABC, I've done NBC.
You got history, ma'am.
And so that's a different demographic of check.
Okay.
But you have so many people who have flourished from streaming, flourished in their career from being on a Stars or one of those outlets, and or Netflix, which is a
humongous,
big company, and those checks need to reflect that. So that's one of the biggest fights.
Wow, that's big. And now,
and the AI fight is a whole nother fight.
That's my next question, because I remember I saw Samuel L. Jackson say that nobody's gonna be using me when I'm not around, right? And I heard him.
Perfect way of saying it.
Right. And I was like, okay, cool. And then Netflix dropped Black Mirror, where the first episode talked about that, using someone's likeness. So I'm like, yo, he just said this today, and tonight I'm watching a show exactly about what he said.
Yes.
And I'm like, with AI, I heard some people say we don't need writers anymore because we can put the script in AI and it'll create it. That's a scary moment to hear that.
Very scary.
Because if they put their mind behind that and think like we don't need writers, I'm like, come on, something's gonna have to give, because it's a lot of creative people out there. Yes, we love AI. Yes, I love it, use it, but it's just a simple fact. These folks was getting their bread and butter off of the writers of all these movies and shows.
And the bottom line is, with AI, it's like, I will still be old school. I don't believe that a computer can write a better script than, say, even Sam Jackson, if he wanted to write a script. I don't believe that.
Right.
I don't know if that's capable. I don't believe that. I believe a human element in every word that is written.
Right.
So, I don't believe that. I just think it's a bit of a greed struggle from the powers that be right now. I kind of get it in the fact that we are all in inflation. So maybe they don't want to give up off that extra billion that they were making to give it and distribute it the way they should. But that doesn't mean that we don't deserve it. That doesn't mean that people don't need to have it. I get it. You want that little extra because things are higher. I get it. But we're out here as people trying to survive.
And it seemed like and you don't hear this on the media, but you don't hear what these studios is making, right? They don't never say, okay, they say, yeah, Will Smith got 20 million or somebody got 10 million. And then I'm doing the math. I said, okay, if they paid enough to do that, what y'all really making? And what y'all really making on the back end?
Do the math. That's the best way to say it. Wow. Do the math. If someone's able to pay someone $10 million for the film, for their purpose as an actor, then just like you said, do the math. How much are they really making? Which is billions of dollars.
God, and y'all got to
just want our portion of the billion that we owned and earned and deserve.
And I mean that's only right. It seemed like it's only right. But where would you send people if they wanted to find more information? You said Instagram page. Where could they go?
SAG After on Instagram. That's their Instagram handle. And they will tell you anything you need to know, updates, hear everybody's feelings about everything. But yeah.
So if you're not with SAG, you can work, or
yeah, if you're non-union, I now don't quote me because I'm not.
right.
But if you're non-union, I think you can just still do non-union projects, and then even SAG-AFTRA has made it, because again, this fight is about the studios.
Mm-hmm.
So they have made it so that you can do a waiver, and if it's a low budget project and you really want to get that voice out there, you really want to get this project to help you get put on, you can get a waiver from SAG, and they will okay you doing, say, a 10-day project. So, because it really, the fight is about the man. The fight is about the system trying to get richer off of actors and our talent without paying us. So it's not about actors against actors.
Gotcha.
It's about the studios.
Let's be real. It's like Public Enemy, Fight the Power.
Fight the
power. And it's like all y'all seem like a lot of folks is coming together. I'm seeing you got to come together. But
like Friends did for their $1 million episode.
You
got to come together.
Hey, come on. And they did get that.
And they definitely did.
And they got it. Yep. Wow. But how do you see, and I don't want to keep you, I know you're a busy woman, know you got things to do.
It's all good.
But when you see stuff like that, and then you say like, well, when Living Single was popping, what if they came together and said, yo, if y'all doing that for them, you mean to say, because we get numbers too, especially in our community.
Listen, you already know. I mean,
we leave it at that.
You already know.
We leave it at that.
Know.
And it's still prevalent today. You still got some people who like want a fair share.
You just want a fair share. Period.
That's it. Period.
Color definitely has its issue in all of the money conversation at times, but right now it's about everybody who's working getting their fair share. Wow. Everybody who's working getting their fair share.
So, before we go, now I want you to holler at our young folks, the young Elise Neals all around Memphis Shelby County School that's thinking, do I want to do this? Whether it's acting, whether it's I want to be a singer, dancer, and they're asking themselves, can I do this? Should I do this? If I step out, how will my friends look at me? What do my parents think? What do you say to those young Elise Neals that want to get out there and, do their thing in entertainment?
I literally just said this the other day. You got to be like a horse.
Okay.
You got to put them little flaps and blinders on.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to shut out that noise of anyone who's giving you doubt. Because the noise can deflect you from going forward.
Wow.
You got to put those blinders on. Again, I don't know what that was in me, but I had a goal. And I was like, the goal is over here.
The bag, as they say now, the bag. And
well, we wasn't even saying bag.
Wasn't saying bag.
This is like what?
Opportunity
in the
what?
80s, we was saying opportunity.
We want the opportunity.
Opportunity is over here.
Okay.
So if I listen to this person who's saying, do you really want to do that, Elise? Because I don't know.
Right.
Did you hear my mom, God rest her soul, who was my biggest supporter, didn't want me to leave after she helped me get the scholarship.
Wow.
Because, she loved her youngest child.
I want my baby. That's my baby.
But I had to be like, the opportunity is over here. I just got a full scholarship. I just got a full ride to follow my dream. I'm going over here.
Right.
So anyone who's listening to this, stay with the blinders on. Go toward the goal. If you know you have talent, just believe in yourself and figure out a way to take that and let the world see how talented you are, because you will believe yourself and you will achieve it. And you'll make it happen no matter what. Family is there. Family will support you as family will. People will understand because now you're showing them as opposed to talking.
Ooh.
So you got to show them and put those blinders on that you've got this, you're doing this, you're happy about doing this. You may have some doubts. It's going to be some bad times. It's going to be some great times. You're going to find that medium. You're going to find your core friends. You're going to find that family that's going to support you, but you got to stay focused.
Outstanding. Lord have mercy. Any shout outs? Anybody you want to thank before we get out of here? Any shout outs? Anybody want to thank? You good?
Shout out the city of Memphis.
Beautiful.
That's what I'm going to shout out, because let me tell you something. I still love this city. I talk about it all the time. Now, you know I love this city when I get on a show like as big as the Housewives of Hollywood.
Come on.
The House Husbands, excuse me, of Hollywood.
Come on.
And everybody comes to me and says that when I punched out JB Smoove and said, "Myth is what I told you." That was not even in the script.
What?
No, I just said it. I just said it. I love this city, and you guys need to be proud of it.
Yes, man. We appreciate you because this is positivity. You just blessed the city with nothing but positivity, and we need that. Yeah, we got mayor races going on. We know what's happening, folks breaking in cars, crime, but we need something to kind of lift up against that. Exactly. And I think this is what we needed. And I'm going to chop this up to spread more messages from this because you touched on a lot of things, and I appreciate you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Hey, Kobe, thank you, Kobe. Thank you, exclusive. Remember, I hit up exclusive. I said, hold up, it's normally you that hooked me up when she come to town. She was like, no, we good. Just let her know you know me. We good. I said.
Shout out to Echo had it.
Yeah, Echo. Ladies and gentlemen, thank y'all for listening. Miss Neal, keep applying pressure. Keep being great.
Always.
Keep representing Overton.
Always.
We love you here. The door's always open.
It's
okay?
a pleasure. I'll come back when I'm going to be announcing some stuff and having auditions and stuff.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I will.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you see how we did that positivity just like that? Love, love, love. That's what it's about. A sister came home. She in her city. So when you see her out, y'all need to make sure y'all show her that love because she's home. They've been showing you love. That's perfect. Perfect. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the music. We are 88.5 FM.